goes on first?
It changes every night, doesn't it?
Oh, does it?
It's a co-headline. It's a co-headline tour,
yeah.
so you get kind of for the price of one ticket 2 headline acts. So I think we are headlining to Cardiff, Manchester, and Birmingham, and then you're headlining Glasgow, London.
So that's
Bournemouth, all the rest.
I tell you what, we know where the strengths. We know where the strengths are between you two.
So that's pre-arranged. It's all. You don't have a sort of behind the scenes, have a flip of the coin and go.
No.
Do you know what? Do you fancy going
It's very
first?
diplomatic.
No, we've toured with each other quite a bit now over the last 3 years or so, and I think the only minor kerfuffle we had was about an ironing board in Toronto or something.
Yeah,
I think.
I'm still.
What happened?
I'm still.
now
We have ironing board kerfuffles
I know,
here.
but
You know.
I wanted to go first.
Hold on. Set the scene for us. You're backstage.
It was Philly. It was Philly. It was Philadelphia. Yeah, it was. I just wondered why in my shirt. I was in a panic, and then I think Matt wanted the dining board.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so.
He's such a hog. He's always hogging the ironing board.
Or was he an emissary of your want?
Yeah.
And so you had to go and get the ironing board from his makeup.
Oh, we let the tour managers deal with it. It was cool. But that's it. It's all been plain sailing.
It's pretty mad, actually.
Yeah.
You know.
Is that as rock and roll as it gets?
It is.
Look,
Shall we move on?
I think
No, it's
people would
very
be
diplomatic.
fascinated by the ironing board issue.
Yeah, it's.
You could have it on your rider to have more than one.
No, we're okay.
That would be excessive.
Yeah, it wasn't.
We don't want to be. Yeah.
It wasn't a diplomatic incident.
No, it's fine.
Good.
Can we establish the relationship between you both and the two bands? What was it like in the 90s?
Well, we supported these guys on a European tour. Was it 94?
It's 94, wasn't it?
94.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And I think we shared a kind of bit of an outsider glamour kind of like aesthetic. And we definitely read some of the same books, like some of the same music. I think there was a kindred spirit between Richie, Nick, and Brett in terms of like the way they looked and the way they had a bit of swagger and stuff, So I think we kind of bonded over that, and we toured with each other, and we realised it just fitted, And it was quite hard, for the want of a better term. It was quite hard rocking. I used to watch Suede every night, and they're not a gentle band. It was violent every night, And it felt like there was a lot at stake in the 90s.
It always felt with the Manics that we were sort of close enough to them in one sense, but different enough for it to sort of work. We're not kind of like we're not the same. I don't think we're the same sort of genre, but there's sort of overlap points with it. So there's enough space, I think, within it, kind of thing. So it kind of just worked. And I think we share lots of qualities. I think we've got quite strong work aesthetic sort of thing. And both from sort of like, not the same background, both from sort of working class backgrounds, from different kind of working class backgrounds, British working class background. So there's lots of things we have in common. And, and lots of things that we don't have in common as well, which is kind of quite nice.
Did you stay in touch over the years?
Always bumped into each other.
Yeah.
James, we were both sort of West London, so...
I was living in Notting Hill for a while, and I
living around the corner from each other, so we'd bump into each other quite a bit.
used to see me tumbling out the greasy spoon. Brett's a bit classier than that. It's we used to go to a couple of the same pubs and stuff, but didn't hang out. We didn't hang out at the bench.
And did you find that the fans were a natural fit in terms of this tour?
Yeah, I think there's lots of fans that like both bands. Yeah. There's obviously fans that like Manic's more, and there's fans that like Suede more. But I think
which was the second album, so I know all the guitar parts off that record. But I've been careful in every sound check never to do any of the riffs off that record or anything.
So you're not tempted to do like a sort of job swap thing where the bands sort of...
We're not that
no, that's an absolute no.
We're not that showbiz. It might be a bit sort of imagined, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it might. We're not that touchy-feely.
We're not.
No.
Well, you never know, though. You never know. You might last night of the tour. Who knows?
That sounds like...
Which would it be? Now that it's kind of... You've admitted that it could be done. Which would it be?
I go straight for Trash. That's an amazing song.
You go.
That's an amazing song. It is, yeah.
You wouldn't amalgamate one from each?
I'm not sure. I'd go for obviously something like Motorcycle Emptiness, but there's tracks on the Holy Bible which are just brilliant. Some of the darker tracks like Intense Humming of Evil and things like that.
I think on behalf of people watching and fans of both, I think there'll be a lot of interest in that, some kind of a mashup. I mean, I can feel there's a different artistic difference here.
Let's stop this right now. It's too feel good for me.
We're getting press ganged into something here,
Well, it's just a suggestion.
Yeah, okay.
You guys are creative. You're open to ideas, obviously.
You're being naughty. Stop it.
All right, we'll leave that one to one side.
Yeah, let's leave it. Push it over there.
Tell us a little bit about the joy still of performing live. I say still, you're relatively young, so I don't mean it in that way. But I mean, do you get on stage, do you just love it, get the same buzz?
I still love it. I still absolutely love it. I have such a strong connection with Nick and Sean because we grew up with each other. Sean is my brother, really. Even though he's my cousin, he's my brother. Nick is... I wanted to be Nick's best friend when I was 5, but I had to wait until I was about 16 to be his best friend.
Were you not,
so I've known him since he was
enough?
4. And obviously Richie was with us as well. It was such a strong connection that we had. And you can't trade that when you go on stage. It is such an indelible connection, which is fierce, strong. And sometimes you've got to navigate all the emotions that you have with each other and the past you have with each other. But it's a strong connection.
When you say navigate the emotions, you literally... Do you get sort of... I don't mean upset in that genuine way, but that's almost overwhelming like that.
Sometimes, yeah, especially between me and Sean. Like I said, we're virtually brothers, and sometimes you'd be like, stop speeding up. I'm like, shut up. And, it can get a bit two brothers going at each other, which is great because it means you have a strong juice there. It's great.
Do you have that dynamic?
I think I always sense with the Manics that there's a real sort of kind of almost like familial bond with them. That you do get the sense of that with their performances, definitely.
But with
it's slightly different with Suede because kind of like I grew up with Matt, so it's a different kind of dynamic with Suede, I think. But I love, we've been together for so long. This line-up's been together for over 30 years, I think. Yeah, God, 32 years, something like that.
Jeez.
It's a long time. And you do sort of... There is an element of sort of family that always happens with bands, that you spend so much time with each other that you kind of like... You know where the boundaries are, and you know that sometimes you can cross those boundaries, but you sort of don't,
There will be a lot of fans of yours so looking forward to the tour, so thank you very much for coming in.
Our pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
We'll be delighted.
So, Suede and the Manic Street Preachers will be on tour from October. Tickets sell tomorrow morning.
Yes, we're on stage 7:30 every night, so it's early start, and can have tickets between 45 and 75 quid. That's really good for 2 nights.
7:30
That's what I'd say.
He's great, isn't he?
He's definitely very organised.
I have no idea.
Thank you very much.
Headline